Well, g'day. We got Bloke News for Monday, the 27th of November. Now, Victorian election over the weekend. Geez, elections are boring. I'm not even going to cover it. It was just boring. No change in government, no change in anything, just boring. And speaking of boring, Queensland Parliament is also boring. Speaking of elections, boring. Peter Beattie is the Premier of Queensland, and there was a media staffer that was caught with a bottle of grog in the media chopper going out to the outback in one of the Aboriginal communities. Now, it was a grog-free community, and of course not allowed to have grog, so she was temporarily stood down and then reinstated again because of all the bloody crap that emanated from it. Well, it turns out that she's been doing absolutely nothing for the last 2.5 months on a salary of over 100 grand, $114,000 a year to be precise. They can't find a job for her, but they're still paying her. Now, regardless of whether she was sacked on, there's no work for her, the job does not exist anymore. Why does she need to be there? Why can't I get a job like that? $114,000 a year to do nothing. That's not bad, is it? This is a nice little bit of a rescue story. An Australian sailor took off from the top end and headed over to, no, sorry, that's pronounced PH, Phuket. I nearly said the wrong word then. He was on his way to Phuket and his craft broke down and he was just drifting for 3 weeks. Ran out of supplies and all that sort of stuff, relied on rain for water. And yeah, just got rescued quite recently and is yeah, on his way to Thailand. Well, he's in Thailand now and getting the boat fixed, whatever. That's amazing you can stay adrift for 3 weeks. What would be going through your head, you reckon? That, oh, it'd really put the wind up you, wouldn't it? Now, the Barmy Army and all the shenanigans going on at the cricket, a couple of Australians were thrown out for trying to start a Mexican wave. You know, I think they're clamping down a bit hard on the people that are just having a bit of fun at the cricket. Like, these people aren't actually causing any violence. Although someone did say that the guys that started the Mexican wave were actually throwing urine up in the air. Yeah, don't think I'd like to be there for that. But anyway, this sort of stuff happens. Well, Tourism Australia is now on the bandwagon as well, and they're trying to tell all the organisers of the sporting event and that sort of stuff, hang on a second, lighten up a bit, you're getting a bit too bloody tough and you're going to destroy tourism. So, yeah, good to see other people jumping on the bandwagon and making things a little bit better. Got no weather girl today, sorry about that, but in place of it, I'm just going to make a quick mention of some research on speed dating. It turns out size does really matter. And when it comes to speed dating, how it really matters is the taller you are, the more attractive you are to the opposite sex when it comes for your 6 minutes or however many minutes it is you've got to spend with people. The taller you are, the more you stand out, so size does matter. And just finishing up with, there's a nice little story about a couple of mates that were driving along in the car and one of them just held a plastic gun to the other dude's head in a fun sort of way. Well, another motorist has noticed this and has promptly rang the cops. The cops have finally tracked him down about 100 k's out of town and promptly arrested them and charged them with firearm charges and public nuisance and all that sort of stuff. And everything was 3 different charges they put in altogether, just because these guys were having a bit of a prank. Okay, yeah, I could probably be persuaded that it's not really a prank when other people aren't in on the joke, but fair dinkum. You know, it is just humour at the end of the day. And I'm Dave, and this is Bloke News.